So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's fireside chat with Olu Samuel. Olu Samuel is one of our alumni, member of Core 2. And today we're just going to be having a simple fireside chat just to try to understand about his Blackforce experience, okay? It's our first edition of my Blackforce experience. Hopefully we can get this right and we can encourage other people to get into the ecosystem. So I would start by saying, Samuel, please, can you let us meet you? Just introduce yourself and tell the audience what you do.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Babatwe. Yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Olu Samuel. I have actually met a few of you guys, and some of you would meet later on. So, I am a senior Salesforce consultant, as well as a marketing cloud solution architect. So I function in two capacities. I joined Blackforce last year. Let me share my experience, like how I joined Blackforce, and you guys can actually, and I'm just gonna let you guys know. So what I'm doing is from a point of inspiration. It's not from a point of saying, maybe bragging or anything. It's from a point of inspiration, okay? So my background was a bit of computer science, but I was never ever like a programmer. I was always more of managing the process. Where I was working, I was managing the process. So it just dawned on me, like, you know what? I studied computer science. I want to go back into what I feel is best for me, especially COVID hit, right? So I was like, okay, I started doing some research. The world is going cloud. So the first thing that came to mind is, okay, I'm going to do AWS. So I started with AWS postgraduate program. But in the middle, I met a lady because I was struggling with AWS, right? So I met a lady. I was like, wow, she's into Salesforce, but I never knew she's into Salesforce. I knew she's into something to do with cloud. So I met her and she was like, you know what? I don't know anything about AWS, but if you're talking about Salesforce, then I know where to go. So I was like, yeah, why not? So she shared Blackforce link with me. Sorry, my camera just went off for a reason. Okay, so she shared Blackforce link with me, and immediately I reached out to the number that she gave me, and that number happens to be Babatwe's number. So, and Babatwe was very helpful at that time. So that was how I kind of joined the Salesforce train bandwagon. So in the process, I was like, wow, I like what I'm doing. I like the way Babatwe was teaching and everything was syncing. I had to put my postgraduate program on the side. I was like, I want to do this. I want to do this stuff, right? And I gave it my all, like sleepless night, because I know nothing. I don't know anything.
We're going to get into that. Don't worry. We're going to get into that. I want everyone to kind of like get a structure into the process, right? So I'll ask you again. You said you got into Blackforce through a friend, right? But did you know about Salesforce before you heard about Blackforce? What was the light bulb moment for you that Salesforce is the right one for you after being introduced to Blackforce?
Thank you. So what the light bulb started turning on when I got into that stage whereby there was, so in Salesforce, we have the developer side of things, we have the consultant side of things. At the moment, I wasn't ready for the developer side of things. So I like Salesforce because Salesforce is like SQL, but in a click format. So I like Salesforce because I was able to see what I'm doing, creating a table, and I'm someone that kind of learned by what you're saying. So Babatwe said something during our training. He said Salesforce is like Excel, like Word. I was like, if Salesforce is like Excel and Word, then there's nothing stopping me from learning this stuff, right? And truly, that was the way it was. Like, so creating an object. So all these things are easy and simple. So that was when I knew, like, okay, it is Salesforce for me. It was like, This is Salesforce for me because there
Okay,
was
okay,
no side of programming for me at that point in time anyway. Yeah.
okay. In your own words, how would you describe Salesforce for a 7-year-old person or your little brother just finding a way out and thinking, can I do Salesforce? How would you describe Salesforce to that person? And what would you encourage them, to transition into Salesforce or cloud generally, but Salesforce particularly this time? 7-year-old person or 10-year-old person that wants to get into IT and you want to encourage them, how would you describe Salesforce? Just tell them.
Yeah, so I would not give like a definite Salesforce kind of definition. So if I'm gonna tell my son as an example, okay, I'm into Salesforce and I want you to do Salesforce. First, I'll let him know that Salesforce is a customer relationship management platform. But beyond that, what I have seen with Salesforce is you can do literally anything in Salesforce. When I started, I didn't even know what I was doing. I thought Salesforce was more like, okay, CRM. What? But if I'm going to tell a 7-year-old, I'll be like, Salesforce is a platform whereby in any information technology company or any company out there that is trying to build a customer platform or that is trying to interact with their clients or customer base or even beyond that, like building a website or anything, you can do all of that in Salesforce. So if I was going to tell my son, okay, you want to go into e-commerce, right? I would say, you know what? You can use Commerce Cloud in Salesforce. You can use order management in Salesforce. If you're coming from the banking sector, like, okay, you're saying in the future, you want to be a banker, I would say you can use the financial service cloud of Salesforce. So I see Salesforce as more of a complete package for an organization. So it depends on the cloud, or I would say the app, to simplify things that you're looking into. Otherwise, I would say you can use Salesforce pretty much to build up any industry, any system. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Well done. So now the question is this. You said you studied computer science, which gave you a leverage in IT. So for most people that want to go into Salesforce, they probably don't have computer science background. They don't have IT background. Okay. So they are already at a disadvantage. Based on your experience at work today, do you feel anyone without a computer science background would be able to survive in the Salesforce ecosystem?
Yeah, thank you, Ababa, for that question. Actually, I mentioned that I studied computer science because I didn't do anything related to computer science in my past career. It was just managing the process. So that was, thank you for asking that question, because the reason I mentioned that is I'm going to answer your question, but I have seen a lot of people saying, I'm coming from the banking industry, I cannot fit in. I am a teacher, I cannot fit in. Anything you've done in the past, you would be surprised that it will eventually become relevant in Salesforce. I was coming from a nonprofit organization, CPA Alberta, and just because I have nonprofit, I get people calling me to come into Salesforce nonprofit. So to answer that question, I think if you know how to turn on your computer and you know how to turn off your computer, then you can do Salesforce. I would put it simply put like that. Yeah.
That's good. Well done. Thanks. So now let's go into some of the Blackforce experience. Okay. We have a lot of stuff in Blackforce. I wouldn't go much into this, but we have a lot of stuff. We have tutorials, we have clinics, we have individual projects, we have group projects. We have the work experience, which is pretty much like my own passion. This is there to me, right? So now the question is this: how has your Blackforce experience helped you while you got your first job? How did it help you? What was the usefulness of those little things that you did at Blackforce that gave you the confidence you needed for that job and workforce? Tell me, or tell the audience.
Yeah, I would start with the projects. I would say the projects that you do at Blackforce, do not take them for granted. Trust me, do not take them for granted. And I'll share an experience why I say that. So I used to work with a company, and I left that company. But prior to the time that I left, a guy left, and he put a caption on LinkedIn, and he said that you could be with an organization for 2 years and have 6 months worth of experience, and you could be with an organization for 6 months and have 2 years worth of experience. My experience with Blackforce was being with Blackforce for less than a year and having like over 2 years worth of experience. And that came from the project. And I'm very, very grateful because I never took those projects for granted. So be it the individual projects, be it the group projects and the internship as well, they're all relevant. So my advice would be not to take those for granted. So after the project, I would say the energy that you pass on. I am someone that I get those energy, like the way you teach. So those classes, I also didn't take those classes for granted, because the way I learned is you would say something one time, it would stick in my head for forever. That is how I learned. So I wouldn't miss those classes, especially the classes. I wouldn't miss them. The clinics, I can always find time. Like I was way ahead anyway. I was already on 20,000 points, whatever. So whenever I joined those clinics, it was like, okay, I'm just refreshing what I've already done. But for me, it would be the projects. I wouldn't take those for granted, and it would be the energy that was coming from our mentor. Those classes and everything. It really it went a long way for me. Yeah.
Thank you, Sal.
Sorry, I think you're breaking up, or is it me? I think you're breaking up. You kind of. Okay, it's better now. Yeah,
okay,
it's
sorry
good.
about. Yeah. So most people usually complain about the effort, the time commitment, how long it takes. Because trust me, it's back to back, right? From project 1 to project 2. Now, tell me, from your own experience, do you think it takes a lot of time to achieve what you've achieved at Blackforce today? Do you feel that the time commitment is a lot? And if yes, what would you suggest? What would you recommend for others based on what you've done?
Okay, this is what I'm going to say. I would say that nothing comes easy in life. So if you can earn 6 figures in 3 months or 6 months, and that is a sacrifice that you need to put in, I would say put it in. I would say put in the sacrifice. It is going to be tough. It will be tough, but that is what makes you what you are today. The other day I was joking with Baratope, like he has to invite me into the big boys club, because I told him what I was earning. I was like, do you want me to share?
Feel free, it's up to you.
So from what I'm doing right now, I take home 270K, excluding bonus, 270K excluding bonus. So if someone said to you, can you sacrifice 3 months or 6 months to earn 270K? Then would you say no? I didn't know that it is going to be like this. I was just following the process. I was listening to Babatope. Babatope said something like, Salesforce is in Canada is just starting. We're just scratching it. We're not even started yet in Canada. Yeah, so it's 270K. Actually, let me tell you something. I only know of footballers getting bonus, like sign-on bonus, right? I have never heard someone pay you sign-on bonus. In my job, they reached out to me and said, what is your sign-on bonus? I was like, sign-on, what? I didn't know what to say. So while they were on the call, I was like, hold on a second, let me check what the other are offering me. But I was kind of doing a little bit of research, like, what shall I say? So I told them, okay, give me 5% of what you're going to pay me. I never heard of sign-on bonus. Imagine you haven't started a job yet and they're paying you 10K upfront, 15K upfront, right? So this is like, okay, are you gonna sacrifice 6 months or 3 months or even a year? Every day I study. Today I woke up so early to join a class. Last week I joined Tableau class. I want to be the best. I don't just want to show up in a company and say, yeah, I've done 3 months of training or 6 months or a year or 2 years of experience. I want to be the best. I want to be like, okay, you're talking about Tableau. Yes, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about data analytics. Yes, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Scrum. Yes, if you gave me something to do in Scrum, I would deliver. So for me, I would say the sacrifice is worth it. We had sleepless nights. My group and I had an awesome group, like probably the best group. We gelled together. So we had sleepless nights. So yes, I think if you can put in the time to study, to join these classes and put in the sacrifice, it is worth it. It is worth it. Otherwise, I don't know what I can advise you not to do, because I put in the shift. And someone put a message in our group the other time, like, if you put in the work, the universe or God or whatever you believe in would butter your bread. I put in the shift, and I believe that God saw my effort and was like, you know what, you deserve it. You deserve it. Go for it. But if you don't put in the effort, oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. You have to. So don't worry. It's gonna be
Good
fun.
stuff.
It's gonna be fun.
Good stuff, Samuel. Good stuff. So now this is it. This is the thing, right? We have what we call the mentorship program in Blackforce. Okay, for those that are struggling, for some people they find things like you found it very easy to figure out things, but some people struggle to find things out and try to navigate things around. For your set, you probably don't have a lot of mentors. Maybe just one or two people were mentoring you, but you still book some mentors, right? So tell me how your mentors have helped you, as well as how the mentorship program have helped you boost your confidence with Salesforce, because it's a two-way thing, right? First way is you are mentoring other people and you're helping them with interviews, you're helping them with Salesforce stacks, you're helping them with presentation, and you also needed to book a mentor to help you. So now tell me how your mentor helped you during your process and how the mentorship program has helped you boost your own confidence even while you're on the job.
Yeah, thank you. I think to answer one of the questions is the way the mentor helped me to boost my confidence is I was coming from the angle of I don't know this thing at all. Like I have no knowledge. So when I see a mentor, I try my possible best to soak in as much as I can from them. So the mentorship program helped me in the sense that I was asking questions, a lot of questions, like how do I do this? What is the process of getting a job? All these things, right? So because I was coming from that angle that I know nothing, and then I have these mentors that can actually share their knowledge and experience, that boosted my confidence because yeah.
Good. You're good.
Okay. So that boosted my confidence because I was able to soak in a lot from them. Again, from the angle of me being a mentor, again, I do not take all of these things for granted. I am so grateful for my journey. Like it's been a journey so far. So from my angle of being a mentor, I love to give back to the ecosystem. That is what I think. I don't know how it is, but I think when you help others, there is a higher being or God or whatever you think that sees what you're doing and also blesses you. I have been like, I sacrifice my time for others, right? And I am so grateful because just this past week, one of the guys that signed up for a mentorship program, like he wanted to do an interview, I was more than happy that I mentored him and he got a job. And I reached out to Baba to be like, I am so happy. I don't need money. I'm happy when I see that you are also doing, you're getting the job and everything. So for me, I was able to soak in a lot from the mentors. I was able to learn, and it kind of boosted my confidence because I was coming from the angle of not knowing anything. Then from my side of being a mentor, I am super grateful because you guys know me, like some of you who were in my clinic or tutor sessions. I would go on and beyond to make sure that you get what you want out of this program, right? So yeah, so that was kind of the experience for me.